My name is Dr. Veena Khanduri and I'm associated with the India Water Partnership since around 2005. I'm the former Regional Council member GWP South Asia. And India Water Partnership is working on the principles of integrated water resource management at the regional level, at the subnational level, at the local level, and recently at the policy level issues. So in 2010, Ministry of Water Resources have started discussions on the draft water policy. Our water policy was formulated in 2002, and afterwards there were a lot of discussions going on for framing the new water policy. So in 2010, the discussion started with taking the integrated water resource management and climate change issues into the national water policy. In 2010, India Water Partnership organized almost 3 consultations, and then we invited all the stakeholders. It was a multi-stakeholder platform where ministry, industry, community-based organizations, policy perspective was discussed. And then in 2011 again, Ministry invited the consultations from the wider stakeholders, and we have contributed as a neutral organization, GWP India. And the interesting part was that while drafting the new water policy, our one of the former chairman was one of the drafting committee member. 2 members of the GWP India, they were representing in the drafting committee, and I have organized myself 2 consultations. So in 2012, we have invited GWP South Asia region, and it was held in New Delhi. The meeting was on the new draft water policy and taking the approach of climate change into the water perspective. And in 2012, in April, in India Water Week, the discussions were held with the wider audience, and the discussions have summarized that we have to take the climate change perspective into the new water policy of India. So the basic premises was, because the climate change is a new perspective coming, while the subject is already being dealt by the various ministries, but certainly the climate change is having a lot of impact on the water, and how water can take the climate change into the policy perspective. So I'm very happy to share with you that whatever the proceedings have been recorded and we have given the key recommendations have been duly incorporated in the new water policy of 2012. And this was because we have contributed a lot, and we had a wider consultation, multi-stakeholder consultations. And then in 2013 India Water Week, this policy was veiled by the Minister of Water Resources, and GWP was one of the main contributors during this India Water Week. So that was a very great achievement, and I think GWP India had a very good networking with all the partners. And since we are working at the policy level, we are working at the implementation level, and we are getting in touch with the community-based organization at the grassroots level for addressing the various issues. That is the success for us. And with perspective of this IWRM, we are working again in 3 levels. We are working in state of Maharashtra, where we are working through the participatory negotiated approach for making the Veena sub-basin plan. And our one of the partner organization, Gomukh Trust, they are heavily involved in this IWRM planning. And this is through the multi-stakeholder planning. They are taking the fisheries people, they are taking the tribal people, they are taking the old community-based organization who are part of those villages. Then they are taking the school teachers and the people who are involved in the old fishing community. So that is a Maharashtra perspective. The other way we are talking about the Rajasthan, where Rajasthan state has incorporated the IWRM into the policy. That is in the state water policy. But how this policy is going to be implemented at the grassroots level, that was the difficult challenge. So what GWP India have done, GWP India have just critically analyzed the policy, and they have gone through in depth about the implementation, how the implementation mechanism is going to take place. And then we found that unless you capacitate the capacity of the NGOs who are going to implement it, you cannot go for the implementation. So we did a round of trainings for the capacity building of the local NGOs, local engineers, local self-help groups, and in that process European Union, who is helping the state government for formulating the IWRM plan, they also approached GWP India, because we have prepared a manual, that is an integrated water resource management manual for the local people to understand how this IWRM plan is going to implement at the grassroots level, at the village level. And since European Union, with the support of a state government, is planning the IWRM village plans, so how we can help and assist them while formulating the village level plan.